I know that it's not the first time I've said it, but where is the money going, BBC? Where? Hi, it's me again. Now, if you didn't know, TV licence fees give the BBC around 3.8 billion with a B quid a year. And yet they still have a black hole in their finances, a shortfall of around 300 million quid. How? How? There are countries out there that support hospitals and infrastructure and everything on less than 3.8 billion quid a year. And yet the BBC cannot operate TV channels, radio stations and a website on that money. It makes no sense at all. And then you see headlines like this. BBC announces 382 job losses and closure of 2 international radio stations. So they're going to get rid, or planning to get rid, of 382 people. Now, I believe it was a year, maybe 18 months ago, when they were planning to get rid of 425 people from BBC News. I don't think they all went in the end. But it begs the question, what were these people doing if you can just get rid of them? And how many are left? 382. So they're changing the way BBC News works. So the BBC News channel is going to completely change, and it's going to be broadcast from London during the day. They're going to have cameras in some of the radio stations, like 5 Live, or was it 4 or something? Just like a webcam broadcasting from there. And then early evening is going to be broadcast from Washington and then from Singapore. And the world's going to get adverts. We're not in the UK, obviously. But now they're getting rid of World Service and stuff. I mean, have a look. BBC Director General Tim Davie is wielding the axe at the corporation by cutting almost 400 World Service jobs. Under the new plans, BBC Arabic Radio and BBC Persian Radio will also close. Does it not astound you that they have these things, right? That astounds me, frankly. 400 people work for the BBC World Service. That's for radio around the world for people to listen to that you pay for in the UK with your licence fees. How many people in the UK listen to the World Service? I bet there's not that many. Obviously some, isn't there? But I bet there's not that many. And then the BBC have BBC Arabic Radio and BBC Persian Radio. Why? Why do you have that then? What's the point of that? Why do you have that? Why are you paying TV licence fee payers money to have those things? I don't get it. I don't get it. World Service English will continue to operate globally as 24-hour broadcast radio, with new scheduling programs and podcasts announced in due course. The proposals will see 7 more language services moving to digital only. As a result, almost half of all 41 language services would be digital only, the statement explained. So they're not cutting BBC Arabic Radio and BBC Persian Radio by the sounds of it, and there's 41 total language service radios. They're not cutting them all. They're just not going to pay the broadcasting licence for them and have them on FM or AM or wherever they broadcast them, I don't know. They're just going to stream them online. So they're still going to have them. They're still going to pay these people. So it's 41 language services. How many staff are involved in putting together the programmes, the news and the broadcasting for 41 different languages to be broadcast? And why are we doing that? Why are we broadcasting radio around the world in 41 languages? It's the British Broadcasting Corporation. It's not required. Focus on your own country and your own language to make better stuff for the people that pay the licence fee. You don't need to be mucking about in 41 different languages. Oh, speaking of that, I've got a list of websites, right? They have a BBC News website in Pidgin English. Let's have a look. And I've heard of Pidgin English in the past, right? But someone sent me a link to this ages ago, and I check it every now and then. I didn't even know it was an actual language, right? BBC Pidgin English website. Have a look. bbc.com/pidgin. It's an actual website. It's an actual website. I don't understand why. So yeah, the BBC are going to lose 382 jobs by the look of it, maybe more. And I've said on here before, right? If you work for the BBC, get out. Get out. There's plenty of other jobs in your sector. There's plenty of other broadcasting jobs. There's plenty of other production jobs. There's plenty of other research jobs with other TV channels around the world, not just in the UK, and with the streaming services. They are crying out for people. But if something bad happens to the BBC, they lose their funding and they make huge job cuts. That's a lot of people going onto the job market at the same time. and your odds of getting a job slim down, don't they? You should go now. If I worked at the BBC, I would be looking for another job now. But let me know what you think about this, because it's they're so wasteful, aren't they? I mean, 41 different languages, BBC World Service, all of that, Persian radio. Oh God, the wastage at the BBC. No wonder they can't make their 3.8 billion quid a year stretch, because it's all over the shop. I bet the bloke at the top doesn't even know everything that the BBC do. I bet he doesn't. I bet he doesn't. But let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. And again, sorry for the blurry background. Still in my mum's dining room filming these, because all my stuff's in storage waiting for my new house in a couple of weeks' time. I've only got my iPhone and my laptop. But normal service will resume shortly with proper stuff. Again, I'm just struggling to make some videos. I mean, I'm a very busy man. Very busy man. But let me know what you think about this. And as always, thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because that way, hopefully, I'll see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.